Knowing that he has the money for what he did to earn it makes me wonder how he can sleep at night. The world of professional wrestling was once dominated by the renowned Hulk Hogan. Every child used to look up to the white, bearded legend who was the face of wrestling. Even celebrities, though, have their share of hardships and may be the targets of cruel jokes. What might be the icon's issue, and what does it mean for his close relatives? Come learn how Hulk Hogan's wife is bidding him farewell following his devastating diagnosis. Linda tells me that when she learned of the enormous verdict and the inherited issues, she was astounded. In the realm of professional wrestling, Hulk Hogan is the pinnacle, but how did he get there? For Hulk Hogan, the ascent to the summit was a protracted and difficult one. In high school, at the age of 16, he started to watch professional events. He frequently went to cards at the Tampa Sportatorium and loved Sandy Rhodes. He first became interested in superstar Billy Graham and looked up to him for inspiration at one of these wrestling nights. In addition to being a talented wrestler, Hogan has played bass guitar in a number of rock bands in Florida for 10 years. The pubs where Hogan was performing were frequented by many of the wrestlers who were then competing in the Florida region. He went to the University of South Florida to complete his study, but he eventually left. After that, he was at a nearby gym most of the time. He met professional wrestler Mike Graham there, who is the son of famed wrestler Eddie Graham, president of the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA. He attracted the attention of Jack Briscoe and his brother Gerald due to his physical size. They persuaded Hogan to give wrestling a try. Hogan, who had been a wrestling fan since he was a little boy, accepted, and Mike Graham brought him to Hiro Matsuda, one of the best trainers in the sport, in 1976. Hogan claims that during their first training session, Matsuda purposefully fractured his leg and mockingly questioned him if he truly wanted to be a wrestler. Matsuda made sure he was ready for his professional debut within a year, and on August 10, 1977, in Fort Myers, Florida, Eddie Graham scheduled him to face Brian Blair. When Hulk Hogan was at the top of the wrestling world, he had great success. Did his private life, however, proceed as smoothly? A life of chaos. Over his career, the Hulkster has been a part of numerous spectacular plots. Unfortunately for him, there has been a lot of controversy in his real life. He has been at the heart of a significant racism incident throughout the years, which even led to his expulsion from WWE for a few years. Regretfully, the chaos didn't stop with him, because scandal has also surrounded his kids, particularly his son Nick Hogan, who was jailed for DUI in 2023. Although Hulk Hogan's present marriage appears to be blissful on the surface, it is still unclear when he first began seeing Sky daily. Notably, the Immortal posted a video of himself and Daly meeting Bret Michaels backstage at one of his gigs on social media. Hogan presented Daly as his girl in the video, which caused a lot of admirers to question his prior marriage. In response to the fan backlash, Hogan declared on X, formerly Twitter, that he had been officially divorced from his second wife for a while and that Daly, with whom he had been posting frequently at the time, was his new girlfriend. He expressed regret for confounding his supporters. He apologized to his admirers, saying, "I thought everyone already knew. Love my crazy people forever." Following the announcement that the wrestling veteran had undergone back surgery, Hogan and Daly were spotted together on February 25, 2023. Shortly thereafter, in July 2023, the couple declared their engagement. Hogan and Daly wasted no time in getting married the following September. Although the public has been aware of their courtship and eventual marriage, aside from joining Hogan on Instagram, Daly has been extremely private since Hogan's explanation. She has 3 children from a previous marriage and is thought to be or was a yoga instructor. Although Brooke was frequently photographed with Hulk and his second wife and always appeared to be close to her father, it is astonishing to learn that she did not attend his 2023 wedding to Sky Daly. According to reports, only Hogan and Daly's closest friends and family were present at their low-key wedding ceremony. Brooke sent an official statement on Instagram explaining why she chose not to attend her father's wedding as soon as the news started to circulate online. Many of her admirers are aware that Brooke cherishes her solitude, she explained. She was taken aback, nevertheless, by the number of media outlets speculating on her absence from her father's third wedding. She so concluded that it would be best to put an end to it all rather than leave it up to conjecture. She mentioned that in order to focus on things and people that heal her heart and fit with her own personal views, objectives, and values, she decided to put some distance between herself and her family as part of her own path to happiness and healing. Hogan's son Nick and his partner, Tanya, attended the wedding despite Brooke's absence, and the two posed for a number of pictures. What transpired during the first two weddings of the Hulkster? What went wrong? A lawsuit and a scandal? After divorcing his first wife, Linda, in 2008, Hulk Hogan met Jennifer McDaniel. Soon after, the two became engaged, although they didn't get married until December 2010. As a successful Hollywood makeup artist who was famously nominated for the Saturn Award for Best Makeup Artist for the film Let Me In, McDaniel was probably familiar with the Hulkster and other famous figures. Although the pair was frequently spotted together in the public eye, their marriage was called into question when a sex tape of Hogan with McDaniel's friend Heather Clem, who was married to radio presenter Bubba the Love Sponge Clem, was leaked by a media outlet. The couple sued the media site Gawker for financial losses, as well as claims that Gawker conspired with Cox's station to disclose the audio, among other things. To the surprise of most, their marriage survived the controversy. I take it that you eventually had sex with Mr. B? Hogan also filed a lawsuit against Bubba after it was claimed that he recorded the previously described tape. Instead, he chose to reach a settlement out of court and later issue a public apology to Hogan. After all was said and done, Hogan received a settlement of $25 million in punitive damages and $115 million in compensatory damages. Due to the substantial sum, Gawker filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and Univision Communications purchased their media assets. Hogan has never disclosed the circumstances that finally resulted in his divorce from McDaniel. However, as was already noted, his divorce from her was handled indiscreetly, and it is believed that they got along well. With 24 years of marriage, Hulk Hogan's longest marriage was to Linda Hogan. The Hogans have two children, Brooke and Nick, and made their family famous with the aforementioned reality TV show, Hogan Knows Best, over their 20 years of marriage. Hogan competed in both AWA and NJPW prior to his time in the WWE, where he was a world-renowned wrestler. It's interesting to note that the Hulkster met his first wife at a Los Angeles restaurant, despite the fact that he likely had a lot of options. Unfortunately, because of how badly their relationship ended, there aren't many specifics about their meeting and probably won't be. Ironically, after Hogan quit full-time wrestling, their marriage deteriorated and had the ability to be at home more consistently. He started his reality TV program, Hogan Knows Best, during this time. From 2005 to 2007, the Hogan family appeared on the reality television program Hogan Knows Best. Hogan Knows Best was one of the first hits in the reality TV genre at the time, when the show was only starting to establish itself in popular culture. The entire Hogan family became well-known very fast as a result of the show's popularity among fans, which garnered a sizable weekly audience. Unfortunately, things were not going well behind the scenes. It was not what it appeared to be. Hogan was depicted as a devoted husband and father, but his marriage was gradually disintegrating, and his interactions with both of his kids deteriorated. However, the show's producers pushed the family to maintain their happy family image, which inevitably caused tension to increase. Many people assumed that he was merely returning to promote the program, and not because he missed wrestling, because the show's airing also happened to be his 25th comeback to WWE. Based on Hogan's own book, Eric Bischoff stated on his 83 Weeks podcast that while the reality program may not have caused new problems in the family, it undoubtedly made pre-existing ones worse. Furthermore, in retrospect, he feels that Hogan regretted making the show. To answer the question, I would refer back to Hulk's own book, Public Knowledge, Bischoff stated. The Hogan Knows Best show, in my opinion, most likely overstated an issue that already existed. I don't think Hogan Knows Best started the issue, but it certainly made it worse, likely fueled it, and likely accelerated the breakup and all the other bad things that occurred. How do you feel about the arthritis that Hulk Hogan has? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment. For more, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.